Praise the Lord. It's the kind of a visual video of what I was talking about in the truck today. So hopefully this helps out folks who are trying to understand Bible prophecy from the Bible and not just all the, there's so much other people that looking at nature, looking at the government, looking at everything else, but the scripture itself. And when you read enough of scripture, you start to realize that people are likely getting in very different places. So this is a doctrine about the two 7-year periods, and the first one is, of course, the 70th week of Daniel, from here to here. Okay. Now the second one is the 7 years of the burning weapons that we find in Ezekiel chapter 38, I believe it is. I'm not going to flip there right now. Let's see here. Different places I have. Yeah, that's 38 and 39. This is the Armageddon situation here. It's in here. I'm not going to show it to you right now. I'm mostly going to just show you Daniel chapter 12. Someone was letting me know that they didn't understand what I was talking about. But in Daniel chapter 12, it shows you all of the three numbers here. It doesn't show you the 2300, but it shows you the other three. So, the man clothed in linen which was upon the waters of the river, which is Jesus, when he held his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and swear by him that liveth forever, that it shall be for a time, times, and half a time. Okay, that time, times, and half a time is equal to 1260 days, which is 3.5 years. Time for year times half a time. Okay, so that's one part of it. And when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished. Okay. How long? There's two how longs in the book of Daniel. Shall it be till the end of these wonders? Talking about the Antichrist and the abomination that maketh desolate. Right here. Oh, 11, excuse me. Here it is. And from the time that the daily sacrifice shall be taken away, the abomination that maketh desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days. So 1290. And then here's the 1335 right here. Blessed is he that waiteth and cometh to the 1,335 or 5 and 30 days. And so that's why I wrote this map out the way I did here for the two periods here, and how it overlaps from the abomination of desolation. From the abomination of desolation. Here's the middle of it, and the rapture. No one knows the day or the hour, but it's somewhere inside this great tribulation here, and this will be changing the great tribulation, where Satan's power is coming down here, and now Satan's power will continue to come down, and the wrath of God will both be coming down. It'll be a really bad time to be alive. But 1,260 days for the time, times, and half a time, for the time that he's in power. He gets power for that long. And you can see here, 42 months, power given unto the beast in Revelation 13:5. That's how long it was, 42 months, which is also the same thing. Time, times, and half a time. And here's how you can tell that the time, times, and half a time means 1,260 days, or 3.5 years, or 42 months. All those things mean the exact same thing. Revelation 12, it shows you the woman fled into the wilderness for 1,260 days, and it says it again, the woman flew into the wilderness for time, times, and half a time. So there's a lot of things that are going to be simultaneously through that point right there. So these are the different times in the scripture. Time, times, and half a time is here, and here's the 1335, which we just showed you. And the burning weapons is 7 years. Oh, there it is, 39:9. There you go. Okay, 2,300 years is Daniel 8:14. Days, then the cleansing of the sanctuary. So that's the whole deal here. The full thing's gonna be cleansed in 2,300 days, which is 1,040 days after here, after the 1,260 days plus 1,040 equals the 2,300 days. So this is where the final cleansing is going to be here, and the weapons are still burning. So I'm guessing that the 1,000 years begins after this. So these are the events that happen here, the 7-year period. After the main 7-year period, there's going to be another 7-year period here, and then the 1,000 years. That's kind of where I'm at right now. And if anybody has any insight, let me know. But that's what I'm seeing right here. There's the digits right there. It's 11, 12, and then right above it, which I just showed you, is number 7 times time and half a time. It's talking about the Antichrist taking over, exalting himself as God, and then it's talking about the Great Tribulation begins right here in chapter 12, and then it starts talking about the rapture, and it starts talking about the last resurrection, and then it's talking about who won a lot of souls are going to do really well at the throne, which is awesome. And then he's just shut up the vision, or seal the book, because you're not going to know anything else right now. And Daniel saw these 2 angels on the beach, and one was talking to the man who's clothed in linen, which is Jesus, and he's the one telling that all these wonders are going to end in 3.5 years. Okay, but there's that, and then there's something else here. From the time that the daily sacrifice is taken away, it's just like 1290. Like what? So there's obviously more closing costs, if you will. I don't know how to say it, but there's going to be more than just him coming out of power. Something else is going to be closing here. It looks like it's going to be a purification. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. So there's a lack of understanding of what he was saying up here for the times, and half a time. So he says, don't worry, you're not going to know now. But later on we might know. But it looks like it's giving us a hint that it's going to be some type of a purification for the people. Maybe that's what it is for this part. So as we look down at here, you see the 7-year period, the abomination that maketh desolate. That's the whole thing about a lot of the Daniel's based around here, and how far till he's in power. He has power for 42 months, and then something else is going to be ending about the purification possibly, and then something else is going to end up here. So very interesting. I don't know what these things are. The 2300 days for that is, like I was showing you here, is this guy, burning weapons, and then Daniel 8:14 is the 2300 days till his sanctuary is fully cleansed. So he's out of power here, the cleansing of the people, something else, and then the cleansing of the sanctuary. So that might be what's going on, folks. We'll have to keep looking and finding out, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. Evidently there is plenty of things happening in between the 7-year period and the 1,000-year millennial reign, which I don't know anything about yet. It looks like the Bible doesn't say a whole lot about it, so I'm hoping to find some insight to start to trigger my understanding there, but that's something we won't be seeing. I'm pretty sure we won't be seeing that. This is the main thing right here, is to see what's going to happen in the first 7-year period, which everybody knows about and everybody preaches about, and this is where so much is going to be happening, just here. Found something really interesting, because we know that when it comes to the Olivet Discourse, and he's talking about the abomination of desolation. Well, he says, flee into the wilderness. And here it says, when you see all the armies of the world, it says when you see many armies gathered around Jerusalem, then you know that the abomination of desolation is coming close. So it's interesting, because it doesn't say anything about armies over here. I was like, armies gathering, that sounds like Armageddon. So I was like, man, that starts to add kind of like a question mark. Is the single coming of Jesus what's going on? He going to come down and rapture people and throw them up in heaven, and then come down and kill people? It's just so weird. So a lot of tricks in the end times doctrine, no question about it. But here's a little bit of a help to help you understand what I was talking about earlier. And all right, praise the Lord, more coming.